Chicagoland Collegiate Athletics Conference Baseball Tournament Championship. As today we have Game 1 on the way between the Roosevelt University Lakers and the Fighting Saints of the University of St. Francis. Hi again, everybody, and we say to you good morning as we begin our coverage of the 2022 CCAC Baseball Championship. And we'll have as many as 15 games over the course of roughly the next week for each of the four games each of the first 3 days. And so we have 4 basically quarterfinal games here today, and then we'll have 4 more tomorrow, including a couple of elimination games, and then 4 on Saturday, and then 3 coming up Monday, and then 2 on Tuesday, and possibly 1 final championship game, 2 on Monday rather, and then a final championship game on Tuesday if necessary. So again, 3 games Thursday, 3 games Friday, 3 games Saturday, 4 games rather each of the first 3 days. And then we have 3 coming up on Monday and possibly 1 more on Tuesday. Anyway, the first game of the morning, the Roosevelt Lakers against the Fighting Saints of the University of St. Francis. Roosevelt coming in as the number 5 seed at 25-21 on the year, and St. Francis the number 4 seed, 28-25 on the season. And without further ado, we'll take a look at the batting orders now for today's matchup. And for the visiting Roosevelt Lakers, it'll be JoJo Mack leading it off and a designated hitter. It'll be Daniel Gutierrez, the shortstop, batting second. Hunter Darst, the catcher, batting in the number 3 slot. Then it'll be Trevor Heinlein batting 4th and in right field. Batting 5th, the first baseman, Jalen Hurd. Batting 6th, Nick McAllister in center field. Batting 7th, the left fielder, Andrew Olszewski. Batting 8th will be the third baseman, Jonathan Salm. Batting 9th will be the second baseman, Danny Holloway. And Noah Matias is on the mound for the Roosevelt Lakers. For the homestanding, or at least for this game, home team, although the game is playing on their home field, the Fighting Saints of the University of St. Francis, Jake Vera leading it off and in left field. Noah Carrero batting second and at second base, and we'll continue with the batting order in a moment, but first now the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem this morning here from Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, Illinois, as we get ready for baseball. And again, the starting lineup, the batting order today for the Fighting Saints of the University of St. Francis. We'll start from the top again. It'll be Jake Vera leading it off in at left field, followed by Noah Carrero batting second and at shortstop. It'll be Eric Maffey batting third and at first base. Jake Lasota, the catcher, batting fourth. Batting fifth will be the center fielder, Luke Ketchum. Batting sixth will be John McGuire, the second baseman. Batting seventh, the DH, John Peterson. Batting eighth, Sam Tumulty, the right fielder. And then batting ninth will be the third baseman, Jonathan Wolf. Nick Villasenor on the mound this morning for St. Francis. So we're glad you've joined us. And again, I'll have the honor. I believe it's, I've lost count. It's either 12 or 13 years I've been calling had the honor of calling the CCAC Baseball Tournament Championship. And I'll be with you for most of the way. Terry Bonadonna will have a ball game for you tomorrow, the 10 a.m. game, the first elimination game. So we hope you enjoy our coverage throughout the week as we start things off. Weather-wise, overcast skies, temperatures right now in the mid-50s. Typically, the way this spring has gone anyway, a typically cool and windy day here in Joliet, Illinois. As It has been just really an adverse spring, to say the least, here in 2022 for all of the outdoor spring sports and collegiate athletics this year. And hopefully the weather will at least permit us to get the tournament in without any interruptions, although rain expected later today, and tomorrow's forecast does not look really great, to be honest with you. Again, this is the first of 4 games today. Game 2 will have St. Xavier against Judson. Game 3, St. Ambrose against Calumet St. Joseph. Game 4 tonight, the tournament favorite Olivet Nazarene, the number 1 seed, against Indiana South Bend. We'll have all four games for you here. And we are underway as JoJo Mack steps into the batter's box. Here's the first pitch from Nick Villasenor, swung on and fouled away out of play, and we are underway here in Joliet, Illinois. Roosevelt coming in with a team batting average of .292 on the year. As Mack, right-handed batter, stands in. Villasenor now, left-hander into the wind, and the pitch. And that'll be a strike on the outside edge. No balls and 2 strikes here to JoJo Mack. Roosevelt, one of the hotter teams in the CCACs. There's a swing and a miss, and Mack is out on strikes to start the ball game. As Roosevelt peaking at the right time, an 8-game win streak coming into the tournament. Their last loss was against Trinity Christian. And meanwhile, St. Francis trying to come in and getting a first game win here. Villasenor this year 6-3 with a 4.41 ERA. Daniel Gutierrez, the shortstop, takes the first pitch high for ball 1 now. As Gutierrez stands in for Roosevelt. He's a .318 hitter on the year. No home runs, 23 runs batted in. Swinging a high fly ball. I was going to say pop-up, but the ball had some carry to it. Right center field. Luke Ketchum is there, makes the grab for out number 2 here in the top of the first inning. So 2 up, 2 down here, and that'll bring up the catcher, Hunter Darst, for St. Francis, for Roosevelt as St. Francis, as we said. Starting pitcher Nick Villasenor, 6-3 with a 4.41 ERA. 63 and a third innings pitched coming into the game. As the first pitch, a fastball in for a called strike. 0-1 now to Hunter Darst. Villasenor, 69 hits, 34 runs, 31 of which were earned. There's a swing and a ground ball, about a 4-hopper directly to shortstop. Scooped up there by Carrero, throw to first in time, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Roosevelt here in the top of the first frame. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base after a half inning. It is Roosevelt nothing, St. Francis coming to bat. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Welcome back to Joliet, Illinois. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Jake Vera leading it off now for St. Francis against Noah Mathias on the mound today for the Lakers. Mathias coming into the game a 3-3 record with a 4.65 ERA. Exactly 60 innings pitched, 69 hits, 37 runs, 31 earned. He's walked 21, struck out 55, and opponents hitting 286 against him. Lefty versus lefty here, and the first pitch missing inside. 1-0 to Jake Vera. Vera, a 381 hitter on the year, 2 home runs, 29 runs batted in. St. Francis, a 317 team batting average coming into the game. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Looked like that pitch was up around shoulder level. Actually might have gotten a piece of it there. And either way, the count now 1-1 here to Jake Vera. He'll be followed by Noah Carrero and then Eric Maffei. Just underway, bottom of the first inning. Game 1 of the tournament for the CCAC Baseball Championship in 2022. There's a swing and a foul back. And so now Vera behind at 1-2. Game 2 today at 1, Game 3 at 4, and Game 4 at 7 o'clock here. 4 games the first 3 days of the tournament. Here's the set and the pitch. Low and away. Looked like a little bit of a breaking ball there. 2-2 now. I was trying to recap the tournament schedule at the top, thinking that in past years, this is the first year that the tournament has begun on a Thursday. It's usually Friday, Saturday. It breaks Sunday, then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But they have changed that around a little bit. 3 games still to be played after this one today. There's a swing and a foul back toward the left side on deck circle. 2-2 here to Jake Vera. But 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow, 4 games Saturday, 3 on Monday, and then possibly 1 more on Tuesday. Here's the next pitch, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Vera out on strikes for the first out of the inning here in the bottom of the first for St. Francis.
Number 3, Noah Carrero.
So now here's Noah Carrero to the plate. Carrero, 274 on the year. No home runs, 34 runs batted in. Despite no home runs, he has plenty of extra base hits, 13 doubles and 3 triples on the season for the right-handed hitting Carrero. Here comes the set now by Mathias on the pitch. And that'll miss outside. 1-0. 348 the distance down the left field line. Looks like 327 down the right field line. 400 is straightaway center field. There's a strike called on the outside edge. 1-1 the count. We'll get the binoculars out to make sure. Yeah, 348 down the left field line. 327 and then an even 400 to center field. 327 to right, and even 400 to center field. There's a fastball missing up and away. 2-1 now to Noah Carrero. Eric Maffei next, and then Jake Lasota as we play in the bottom half of the first inning. Mathias comes set now. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there on the inner half. So now 2-strike situation here for Carrero. 2-2. Carrero stands set back in the batter's box. Back foot just inside the back line of the batter's box. Here's the set now. And the 2-2. Fastball a little bit low. So that'll fill the count up. 3-2. Well, my laptop weather app has sunny and 54 degrees. It is definitely not sunny here right now. Overcast skies. Wind looks like it's blowing toward the left field corner here. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, in the air, down the right field line. Long run here for Trevor Heinlein, but he camps under it and makes the play for the out in right field for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and now that'll bring up Eric Maffei to the plate.
Number 10, Eric Maffei.
Eric Maffei at 396 on the year. Has 4 home runs and 36 runs batted in. St. Francis is a team 29 home runs this season, led by Luke Ketchum with 11. First pitch here, and that'll be in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 to Maffei. Maffei, right-handed batter, back in his batting stance now. Mathias comes set now, and the pitch. Fastball in the air. Dropping quickly in short center field. Coming on, trying to make a diving play in center field, and the catch is made by Nick McAllister to end the inning in a fine defensive play. So Roosevelt getting a great defensive play there to end the inning, and it was a 1-2-3 frame for St. Francis. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. After one, no score. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. On we move, top half of inning number 2 in our opening game of the 2022 CCAC Baseball Tournament. And it'll be Trevor Heinlein to lead it off here for Roosevelt. Scoreless game as we go to the top of the second inning. Nick Villasenor, the left-hander, kicks and deals, and there's a swing and I believe, foul tip there at home plate. Umpire took a new ball out of the little container he has there on the right side of his waist, handed the new ball to the catcher. Either way, no balls and a strike here to Trevor Heinlein. There's a swing and a high chopper to third base. Glove there near the bag at third. Long throw across the diamond from Wolf to Mountby, and it's in time for the out. So one away in the inning. And that will bring to the plate Jalen Hurd, the first baseman. Hurd this year a .308 hitter on the season. Has 2 home runs, 27 runs batted in. So far, both teams not yet able to get a base runner, not able to get a hit. So far in the ball game, there's a strike called on the outer half. No balls and a strike to Jalen Hurd. Mentioned earlier on, my computer app says 54 and sunny. There's a nice curveball. I thought it would be in for a strike, but it was just a little bit low, it looked like. So a ball and a strike now to Jalen Hurd. We'll check the phone app and see what that has to say. There's a swing and a foul back. So the weather app on the always reliable smartphone, 54 degrees and cloudy skies. High temperature projected to be 56 today. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jalen Hurd. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swinging a ball in the air, right center field. Fairly deep but playable, and the catch made a little bit of an over-the-shoulder grab made there by Luke Ketchum in right center field for the second out of the inning. 2 away for Nick McAllister, the center fielder. And there is rain predicted, 100% chance at 11 a.m. And rain predicted much of the rest of the day, so was mentioning to the staff here before the game that some years we can cruise through the tournament without any weather difficulties. There's a bunt push to the right side of the mound, picked up there by Villasenor with his glove. Tries to toss to first base, and too late, and so McAllister is aboard with a bunt single. Well, that was a case there where Villasenor looked like he had a little bit of difficulty making the toss there. Kind of took him an extra half a step, it looked like, and it was too late, and so Roosevelt with a 2-out base runner here in the second inning. That'll bring to the plate Andrew Olszewski. Olszewski, a .309 hitter on the year, 2 home runs, 21 runs batted in. First pitch by Villasenor, and that'll be off the outside edge. 1 ball and no strikes. Jonathan Salm next, and then Danny Holloway if we get that far. Top of the second inning, no score on an overcast Thursday morning here in Joliet. Throw to first and the runner back in safely. McAllister on that bunt, pushing it just to the right of the pitcher's mound. Actually, kind of halfway between the mound and first base. There's a throw to first and McAllister back in. But a well-placed bunt there, and Villasenor just a tad late for the toss. There's a strike called on the inner half. 1-1 the count to Olszewski now. Let's see here. Was there a balk on that play? A balk was called on the pitch, and so now McAllister in scoring position at second base. Here comes the set now by Villasenor, so we've had our first balk of the tournament. Curveball up high. And on the board now, the count showing 1 ball and no strikes. Now they add the next pitch, so it's 2 balls and no strikes now to Andrew Olszewski. Here's the pitch by Villasenor. Popped up right side, foul territory, and that'll be out of play. So Roosevelt with the first scoring opportunity of the tournament here this morning. Again, game 2 coming up at 1 p.m. today. Good matchup between number 3, St. Xavier, and number 6, Judson University. Here's the set now by Nick Villasenor. Look back at second and the delivery to the plate, and that'll miss outside. I heard some reaction through our effects mics. I think the St. Francis bench thought that should have been a strike call. As it is, the count runs now to 3 balls and a strike. Here's the set by Villasenor, and the pitch swung on in the air, left center field. Actually more towards straightaway left field. Ball is caught there, and that will end the inning. Vera moving a few steps to his left, reaching up, making the catch. And so the threat ends for Roosevelt. In the inning, no runs on a hit, no errors, a balk, and 1 left on base. And we go bottom 2, no score in game 1 of the CCAC baseball tournament. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. We move to the bottom of the second inning here in game 1 of the 2022 CCAC Baseball Championship Tournament. And Jake Lasota will lead it off here for St. Francis now in the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Lasota, Ketchum, and McGuire due up here for the Saints. As 4, 5, and 6 due up here for St. Francis. The Saints retired in order by the left-hander Noah Mathias in the first inning for Roosevelt. Mathias ready to go to work here, kicks and deals, and the first pitch high and away, 1 ball and no strikes to Lasota. Lasota this year, .392 on the season, 2 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Here's the set now, the 1-0. Curveball, just a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. When that ball came across the zone, I thought it would be a called strike, but that didn't happen. So 2-0 the count here to Lasota, who's quickly in a good hitter's count. Here's a fastball, missing off the outside edge. 3 balls and no strikes for Lasota now. St. Francis this year, on their home field, won 21 and they lost 5. Overall, they were 28 and 24. Played well at home, struggled on the road, a 5 and 12 road record. As there's a strike called. Saints were also 2 and 7 in neutral site games. but they had a great year in the conference. 22 victories, 8 defeats. Here's the 3-1 from Matthias. Fouled back out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wind seems to have died down a little bit when we arrived here. First kind of fired up the field microphones. The wind was really noticeable, but not quite so much now. Swinging a chopper, and it kind of hugs the ground late in the ground ball. That journey to Daniel Gutierrez at short to throw to first in time for the out. 1 away in the inning. That was an interesting kind of journey out to Gutierrez at short there. It was took a little bit of a mini high chop, and then it kind of settled in and rolled out to Gutierrez. Either way, a 6-3 putout, and here's Luke Ketchum, the center fielder.
Center fielder, number 20, Luke Ketchum.
Ketchum this year, a .338 average. 11 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Goes after the first pitch and grounds it foul just wide of third, so it's 0-1 to Ketchum. Ketchum out of the batter's box. Looked like he adjusted Looked like he's wearing some sort of brace right above his left ankle. Looked like he had to adjust that there a little bit. Anyway, he's back into the batter's box. And the pitch. And that'll be over but low. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Ketchum. Noah Matthias on the mound for Roosevelt, the senior, 5'8", 160 from LaPorte, Indiana. Toes the left edge of the rubber. Comes set in the pitch. Good curve, swung on and missed there by Ketchum, and he's behind at 1-2 now. Ketchum kind of crowding the plate with a batting stance. Stance set back in the box. And the pitch. Swing, and he barely got a piece of it to stay alive, and the count stays 1-2. Good job there by Ketchum, I think, on that swing. That ball seemed to have a little bit of late movement on it. And Ketchum had to make the adjustment and was able to make contact. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fastball way upstairs to even the count 2-2. Matthias kind of stretched his arm there after the pitch behind the rubber. Now back and ready to go. Here comes the set and the pitch. Just off the outside edge. That'll fill the count 3-2. So both Lasota and Ketchum going deep into the count here in the first 2 at-bats at the bottom of the second inning. Again, Matthias taking his time. Now back and ready to go. And the 2-2 offering. It was a 3-2 pitch, rather, and down low, ball 4. Had 3-2 in my book, and it was a 3-2 pitch. And so there's a walk. That's the first base run of the game now for St. Francis, and that'll bring to the plate John McGuire.
Second baseman, number 13, John McGuire.
McGuire, .323 on the year, has a home run and 21 runs batted in. So a 1-out base runner here for St. Francis. Roosevelt was able to get a runner in scoring position in the top half of the inning, but they didn't cash him in. There's a strike on an attempted bunt that was missed, throw behind the runner, and getting back in time, Luke Ketchum at first base. And the count to McGuire 0-1. McGuire, right-handed batter, standing in. Kind of an even stance, set back a little bit in the box, but not too far back. Here's the 0-1, down and in. Good stop behind the plate there by Hunter Darst. Able to block that pitch. Count goes to a ball and a strike for McGuire. So 1-1 the count. Matthias kicks and deals. Swung on and in the air down the right field line. A long run here for Heinlein. The ball landing in fair territory as Heinlein has to track it down near the bullpen. A little bit of trouble picking up the ball. Lead runner rounding third. He will score, and St. Francis has a 1-0 lead on a 3-base hit for John McGuire as he drives in the first run of the ball game. Ketchum coming around to score from first base, and St. Francis has a 1-0 lead. I was watching the ball all the way down the line, and it looked like there for a brief moment that Trevor Heinlein had a little bit of trouble making a clean pickup of the ball near the bullpen down the right field side. And that slight hesitation there that allowed Ketchum to be able to come around third and score 1-0, and now McGuire at third. Here's John Peterson, the designated hitter now. Peterson, 246 on the year, has 12 runs batted in, 18 total bases this year. Infield in on the left side, as there's a strike called, and it's 0-1 for Peterson. A good send there at third base as well on the triple there, as Ketchum able to come around and score the first run of the game. There's a swing and a miss at a knee-high pitch. Peterson behind now at 0-2. Peterson back into the batter's box. Back foot kind of just barely touches the back line of the box. As there's a ball outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I've noticed this year during the season, calling games, many players like to stand there, have their stance back in the batter's box. Seen a couple of players up in the box a little bit, but that's been a rarity. 1 hopper now back to Matthias, and the runner going from third now in a rundown between third and home. Here's Hunter Darst trying to run down the base runner and reaches for him as the out is recorded just near the bag at third. McGuire nearly was able to get back in time. So that'll, I believe, will be a 1-2 putout on the rundown. McGuire is the second out of the inning on the play. Peterson, who reaches on a fielder's choice, winds up taking second base.
Right fielder number 40, Sam Tumulty.
So here's Sam Tumulty now. So now 2 away in the inning, a runner in scoring position, as Tumulty, the right fielder, stands in for St. Francis. Matthias looks in for the sign. And the first pitch. Swinging a ball that looked like it kind of was topped as it spun back to the backstop behind home plate. 0-1 to Tumulty. Tumulty this year, 282 on the season. 3 home runs, 17 runs batted in. 1-0, St. Francis the lead. Bottom of the second inning here in Joliet, Illinois. Here comes the set. And the 0-1 pitch. Missing off the outside edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonathan Wolf next, then back to the top of the order for St. Francis. 1-1 to Sam Tumulty. Matthias looks in for the sign. And the 1-1. Sweeping curve missing off the outside edge. 2-1 now for Tumulty. Tumulty this year, 46 total bases coming into the game. 447 slugging percentage, a 367 on base percentage. Next pitch. And good block behind the plate by Hunter Darst as that ball, I say again, in a manner of speaking anyway, in the dirt, as it's an all-turf field here in Joliet. And a good block, and now the count runs to 3-1 for Tumulty. So Matthias trying to get out of this inning without any further damage here for Roosevelt. Here comes the 3-1 offering, and that'll be a curve missing off the outside edge, ball 4, and so runners now at first and second on the second walk of the inning issued here by Matthias, and now here's Jonathan Wolf. Wolf this year checking in at .333 on the season, 2 home runs, 15 runs batted in.
Third baseman number 0, Jonathan Wolf.
So Wolf hitting now with 2 on and 2 out and a run in here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch from Matthias. Jammed him, and it is going to be a swinging strike as that pitch looked like came in down and into the zone, and Wolf swung over it, and so he's behind at 0-1. Peterson at second. Tumulty at first. Here's the set now by Matthias. And the pitch. Curve down and in. 1-1 for Wolf. Wolf, the 6th Fighting Saint to bat in the inning. Luke Ketchum walked after Lasota grounded out to shortest. First time up to start the inning. Then Ketchum walked and then later came around to score on the triple. There's a swing and a ball lifted in the air, right field. Back deep toward the track, and that'll be over the head of Trevor Highland. Tracks it down to the base of the fence. This will add to the St. Francis lead as one run is in. Second runner coming in, throw to the plate. Hunter Darst applies the tag, and he gets him. And that will end the inning. So a second run scores, but the inning comes to an end. So Peterson scoring. And then the third out made at the end of the inning at home plate to close out the frame. Wolf gets an RBI out of the deal there. And he will be left on first base, but St. Francis able to score twice in the inning as they pick up 2 runs in the frame. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. And we are through 2 complete in Game 1 of the CCAC Baseball Tournament. It is St. Francis 2, Roosevelt nothing. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. So St. Francis able to plate a pair in the last half inning. They lead it 2-0. And it'll be Jonathan Salm leading it off now for Roosevelt's Lakers. Jonathan Salm coming into the game at 164 on the year. No home runs, 7 runs batted in. First pitch to him. And that'll be, look like maybe a little bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes here to Salm. It'll be Salm, Holloway, then back to the top of the order. And JoJo Mack here for the Lakers. There's a strike called on the inner half. 1-1 now to Jonathan Salm. So 2 runs in the inning in the bottom of the second for St. Francis. As Villasenor working quickly. Chopper left of the mound. Glove there by Wolf at third, and then he throws to first in time for the out on a nice play there. 5-3 put out, 1 away in the inning for Roosevelt. And here's Danny Holloway, the second baseman.
Second baseman, number 5.
Holloway. Hitting .450 on the year, 18 hits and 40 at-bats, has no home runs, 10 runs batted in. Villasenor into the line of the pitch. This will be sliced into right field and playable, and the catch made by Tumulty, who moved maybe 2 steps max to his right to make the play, second out of the inning there. And back to the top of the order, and JoJo Mack for Roosevelt.
Number 2, JoJo Mack.
Mack began the game with a strikeout back in inning number 1. So he's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Villasenor working on a very quick 1-2-3 frame. First pitch here, fastball. Caught the inside edge, and it's 0-1 to Mack, who looks to be very surprised at that call. He kind of hopped out of the way of that pitch, but it was ruled to have caught the inside edge. There's a swing and a miss now. And quickly Mack behind at 0-2. Good change of speeds there by Villasenor. So no balls and 2 strikes to Mack. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and away. So a ball and 2 strikes. That, I don't think, was necessarily a waste pitch. It didn't miss the zone by all that much. Here's the 1-2. That's off the outside edge again. So now Mack back even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the third inning, 2-0. St. Francis the lead. And now time called. Mack back into the batter's box. And the next pitch missing outside, 3-2. So it seems like Villasenor, after getting ahead 0-2, kind of nibbling at the plate there a little bit and not able to get a call. So here comes the payoff pitch. Swinging a fly ball towards right, backing up and making the play is Tumulty, and that will end the inning.
In the inning for Roosevelt, no runs.
So in the inning for the Lakers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And after 2.5, it's St. Francis 2, Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
The left fielder, number 26, Jake Vera.
Jake Vera to lead it off now for St. Francis as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Top of the order coming up now for the Fighting Saints as they have a 2-0 lead. Noah Mathias into the line in the first pitch here, and that'll miss inside. 1 ball and no strikes for Vera. Vera, like his counterpart, JoJo Mack, started the game offensively for his team with a strikeout back in the first inning. There's a strike called. So 1-1 to Vera. It'll be Vera, Carrero, and Maffei to up here for St. Francis. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Matthias kicks and deals. Curveball, and that'll be a foul tip for a strike. 1-2 to Vera. He tried to check his swing. He was, as a matter of fact, he was able to check his swing, but he still got a piece of it, so he's behind at a ball and 2 strikes. Matthias fires it right down the middle, and there's a foul tip caught behind the plate by Hunter Darston, so that's a strikeout. So Vera 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, 1 away in the St. Francis third, and that'll bring to the plate Noah Carrero.
Shortstop, number 3, Noah Carrero.
Carrero 0 for 1 in the game this morning. He flied to right field his first time up. Here's the set and the first pitch from Matthias. Curveball, swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Matthias. Kind of ran in on Carrero. And the St. Francis shortstop coming up empty there, so it's 0-1. Next pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll make it no balls and 2 strikes. Got to hesitate a little bit there on those swings. Our angle is the same that you're seeing if you're watching closely to our video screen. And here comes the 0-2, and that'll be down low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And so you have the catcher and the umpire kind of obstructing the ball a little bit as it crosses the plate. Sometimes if there's a foul tip, not always able to see it right away. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball missing outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Carrero. Matthias walks off the rubber, now back and ready to go. As it is a 2 balls and 2 strikes count. And the pitch. Curve, and that is spoiled to the right side. Foul. It stays 2-2. That pitch was just like the first pitch of the at-bat. It came in on Carrero. And Carrero was able to get around on it and fight it off. It looked like from here and made contact with the bat just above the bat handle. So Carrero able to stay alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the delivery. Swing and a miss, and a nice curveball there by Matthias, and that's the second out of the inning. So back-to-back strikeouts to start out the second inning for St. Francis. Here's Eric Maffei. Maffey 0 for 1, flying out to center field on a great play in center by Nick McAllister. A diving catch as he came charging in toward the infield. Here's the first pitch, and that'll be a curve just off the outside edge. 1-0. Jake Lasota would be next. As we play here in the bottom of the third inning. And 2-0, St. Francis has the lead in Game 1 of the CCAC baseball tournament. Swinging a chop foul. One hopping into the dugout. 1-1 to Maffey. Lasota near the on-deck circle. Tried to kind of hop up and make the play, but it got over him, and one hopped into the dugout. 1-1 pitch. Over, but a little bit low on what looked like a heater, and so it's 2-1 for Maffey. If you can see our video stream, you'll notice that the outlines of the on-deck circles are much closer than you really want to be if you're the on-deck hitter. There's a breaking ball strike called. So 2-2 here. Maffey out of the box, now back in. Waggles the bat over the right shoulder. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, fairly deep right field. Back to the track is Heinlein. Reaches up, and that ball is gone. And so St. Francis on a solo home run takes a 3-0 lead. So our first home run of the tournament. A little tap of the helmet there between Maffey and the on-deck hitter Jake Lasota, and St. Francis has taken a 3-0 lead. And here's Jake Lasota. Maffey now with his 5th home run of the season. And that gives him now 37 RBIs on the year. And it is a 3-0 lead. Oh, that ball had a lot of giddy up to it off the bat. There's a ball a little bit outside. Might have been a little bit low to Lasota. He's ahead 1-0. So St. Francis collecting several extra base hits in the game today. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball missing off the outside edge. 2 balls and no strikes. Lasota 0 for 1, grounding out to the shortstop his first time up this morning. And the pitch, fastball. Strike on the inner half at knee-high level. That makes it 2-1. Oh, Noah Mathias getting the first 2 batters out on strikeouts, but giving up the 2-out solo blast. There's a ball outside. And so now, 2 balls and a strike to count here. Lasota awaits the 2-1. Fastball strike on the outer half, so that'll even it up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Luke Ketchum would be next if the inning continues. So the Saints with 2 runs in the second inning. They've added a run so far here in the bottom of the third, and they lead it 3-0. Here comes the 2-2. Swinging a foul right side out of play. Well, with the light here, when the ball is lifted into the air against the overcast background, kind of hard to keep track of the baseball when it gets lifted that high into the air. Here comes the next pitch now. Breaking ball, and that'll be cued foul to the right side. Looked like it made contact just near the end of the bat and was lofted into the seats here off to the right. So it stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-handed hitting Lasota awaits. And the 2-2. This is ripped into center field for a base hit. Solidly struck there for Lasota, and he's aboard with the second hit of the inning now for St. Francis. And so Luke Ketchum will bat now with a 2-out base runner aboard. Going to have a pinch runner coming into the game now for USF.
Your attention now running over at first base for the Saints, number 32, Scott Tumulty.
So Scott Tumulty will run now. Freshman outfielder, transfer from Augustana College.
Center fielder, number 20.
He's from Villa Park, Illinois. So Tumulty aboard at first base. Meeting on the mound now here for Roosevelt. Yes, right now Noah Mathias trying to work out of a little bit of a trouble situation here. He got the first 2 batters, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, on strikeouts, but then gave up the solo home run, and now has allowed a 2-out single to Lesota. So we'll try to get out of the inning with minimal damage here. As Jason Becker, I'm sure the head coach for Roosevelt, not wanting his team to fall behind any more than where they are now. 3 runs certainly doable, but there's a swing and a foul back, 0-1 now to catch him, but you fall too far behind, even though it's a full 9-inning game. You make things kind of difficult on yourself. Ketchum walked his first time up, later came around to score on the John McGuire triple. Here's the set. And the 0-1 curve. In for a called strike. Good pitch there. 0-2 now for Luke Ketchum. So Ketchum with the first at-bat walk. Still at .338 on the year average-wise. And they throw to first. They have the runner between first and second. Quick throw, and Tumulty able to get in underneath the tag at second base, and so a runner in scoring position. Tumulty with some speed there. Able to outrun the play, and now a runner in second. And in scoring position for St. Francis. No balls, 2 strikes here to Luke Ketchum. So another chance to drive it around here now for the Fighting Saints. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and rolled over the left side of the mound. Gloved it short, just to the left of the bag at second by Gutierrez. Throws to first, and that'll end the inning on a good backhand play there by Jalen Hurt at first base. So that'll end the threat where it is, although St. Francis able to get a run across on the solo home run. In the inning, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, a runner left on base. And after 3, it's St. Francis 3, Roosevelt nothing. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, we move to the middle innings now of game number 1. Possibly as many as 15 over the course of the CCAC tournament. As St. Francis leading Roosevelt now by a score of 3-0. And Daniel Gutierrez to lead it off here now for the Lakers. 2, 3, and 4 coming up here for Roosevelt. As Nick Villasenor into the line, the left-hander deals. And the first pitch, a fastball off the outside edge, 1-0. To Gutierrez, who's 0 for 1. He flied out to center field his first time up back in inning number 1. There's a swing and a ball that made contact on the inner part of the bat handle, popped up and in foul territory. Lesota makes the catch for out number 1. Well, that was a good pitch there by Villasenor. Inside offering, and Gutierrez able to make contact but really couldn't get around on it, and he really did not make contact anywhere near where you'd want to on the sweet spot of the barrel. So he's retired, and now here's Hunter Darst, the catcher. The first pitch there, missing off the outside edge, 1-1. Or rather, 1-0 to Darst, who was 0 for 1. Grounded out to shortstop his first time up back in the first inning. There's a strike called on a breaking ball. 1-1 the count now. Villasenor working very quickly. As we are 48 minutes into the ball game today, there's a fastball up and away. 2 balls and a strike now to Darst. He'll be followed by Trevor Heinlein and then Jalen Hurd if we get that far. Villasenor kicks and deals. And on a ball that was a curve coming inside, a slow roll to the shortstop, gloved by Carrero, throws to first for the out. 2 away in the inning, and that'll bring to the plate Trevor Heinlein.
Right fielder, number 19, Trevor
Heinlein 0 for 1. He grounded out to Wolf at third base his first time up this morning. And so Villasenor working on a potential 1-2-3 inning again here. He's retired now. The last 6 batters he's faced, first pitch low for ball 1. Villasenor into the wind of the pitch. Fastball in for a strike on the inner half. And it's 1-1. Was able to recover on that call. I thought it was going to be inside. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Curve, strike called on the outside edge. 1-2 now. Villasenor right now working on what right now is a 1-hit shutout. Swinging a bouncer towards short. 3-hopper. Gloved by Carrero. Throw to first, and that will end the inning. So once again, a 1-2-3 frame. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. After a snappy top of the 4th inning, your score, St. Francis 3, Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Welcome back to Dooley Health and Care Field in downtown Joliet, Illinois. On this overcast Thursday morning, glad you've joined us here. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning in Game 1 of the CCAC Baseball Tournament. And it'll be John McGuire leading it off now for St. Francis. Saints with a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be McGuire, Peterson, and Tumulty doing up for St. Francis. So Noah Mathias now on the mound, ready to go to work here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trying to keep his team relatively close as they trail by 3. First pitch here, and that'll be a fastball low, 1-0 to McGuire. McGuire, an RBI triple that drove in the first run of the game back in the 2nd inning. Here comes the next pitch, and that'll be in for a strike, knee high it looked like. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Well, checking the weather radar, large area of rain is just barely to our south. There's a breaking ball missing outside, 2-1 the count. And it extends all the way from just south of Joliet here, all the way down toward, almost toward Carbondale. There's a swing and a high fly ball, medium deep, actually fairly deep left field, and a long run here, but the ball staying high up into the air, and the catch made in left field by Ender Olszewski, and that's the first out of the inning. 1 away here, and that'll bring up John Peterson, the DH. Yeah, that line of rain goes all the way down, actually toward Paducah, Kentucky, near where I-57 runs into I-24. And then it extends south and west beyond Springfield out towards almost towards Alton, Illinois. As the first pitch missing a little bit low, 1 ball and no strikes, I believe, was the call there. Yes, it was. So 1-0 the count here to Peterson. Peterson hit into a fielder's choices last time up. Here's the 1-0. And that'll be over but low. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, if that rain system is 25 miles north, it would put into question even getting this game in. Here's the set by Mathias on the pitch, and that'll be a strike. I'm going to put the map in motion here and see where it's going to go. It is coming this way. Projected in an hour or so to be right over Joliet. There's a swing and a miss. So we'll try to get as much baseball as we can in today. Two balls, 2 strikes here to John Peterson. And the pitch by Mathias jammed him, and it's a chopper wide of third, foul. So that runs the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. St. Francis, 3 runs, 4 hits. Roosevelt, no runs on 1 hit, and no errors have yet been charged in this game. Here's the next pitch, fastball high and away. That'll send Peterson now into a full count at 3-2. Wind has died down since we arrived about 9 a.m. this morning here in Joliet. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swinging a ball lifted foul to the right side out of play. So it stays 3-2. We play in the bottom of the 4th inning. St. Francis a 3-0 lead. 1 out, nobody on base. 3-2 to Peterson. Here's the set and the pitch. Swing, and it sounded like a foul tip in my headset there. Either way, it's going to be a strikeout. 2 away in the inning. Hunter Darst, if it was tipped, able to make the catch. And now here's Sam Tumulty.
Right fielder, number 40, Sam Tumulty.
Tumulty reached on a walk his first time up back in inning number 2. Well, Noah Mathias repeating what he had done in the last half inning, as there's a Actually, the last inning, there's a foul ball off to the right on a check swing, 0-1 for Tumulty. In the St. Francis third, Mathias was able to retire the first 2 batters before running into trouble. Here's the 0-1 grounded foul up the left side. No balls and 2 strikes for Tumulty. 3-0, St. Francis the lead, bottom of the 4th inning. Lefty versus righty here. Bit of a long pause. Now the pitch from Mathias. Fastball upstairs. So a ball and 2 strikes for Tumulty. Yeah, with the weather situation, you always like to get as many games in on schedule as you can, because if you have too much bad weather, it can really play havoc with the tournament schedule. There's a swing and a pop foul right side out of play. And it stays a ball and 2 strikes. Game number 2 today at 1, game 3 at 4, game 4 at 7. That is the schedule here. Here comes the 1-2 from Mathias. A little bit of a jam shot and a floater caught on the edge of the outfield grass there by Daniel Gutierrez, the shortstop, and that will end the inning. So Mathias does get his 1-2-3 inning. No runs in the inning. No hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. And we played through 4 in Joliet. It is St. Francis 3, Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We move to the top half of inning number 5. And it'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for Roosevelt now. So Jalen Hurd will lead it off here for the Lakers, followed by Nick McAllister and Andrew Olszewski. As right now, Nick Villasenor, he is sailing right along. So far, he's tossed a one-hit shutout through the first 4 innings of the game. As Villasenor now into the wind in the first pitch to Jalen Hurd, in for a called strike. Hurd 0 for 1, he flied out to center field back in the second inning. Hurd, right-handed batter, slightly angled, stands toward the left side of the infield. There's a swing and a high pop-up, skied towards short right field, coming out and the catch made by Tumulty, the right fielder, and that's the first out of the inning. One out in the frame, and here's Nick McAllister.
Center fielder, number 3, Nick McAllister.
McAllister singled back in the second inning, then advanced on a balk to second base, but it was left stranded there. First pitch, another jam shot, and fielded deep in the hole at short. Long throw to first base, not in time. Good effort there by Carrero at short, making a backhand play in short left field, as a matter of fact, but the long throw just too late. So McAllister able to leg out an infield single. He bunted his way on base in his first at bat in the second inning. Gets an infield single here, and now here's Andrew Olszewski. So 1 on, 1 out in the Roosevelt fifth inning. They trail 3-0. Olszewski flied to left field his first time up. First pitch here from Villasenor, and that'll be sliced into right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Tumulty quickly over to cut it off. Rounding second, heading for third, McAllister. Throwing to third base, and the tag applied, and I was watching the third baseman, did not see the home plate umpire call there. Jason Becker immediately having a word with the umpire. My guess is that the call may have been out, although right now, McAllister staying at third base. Yeah, I'm watching the play end at third base, and could not see the umpire make the call. He was a little bit beyond my peripheral vision. And it appears as if runners will be, in fact, at first and third.
Your attention, pitch hitting for Roosevelt, number 37, Sean Blanchard.
So now Sean Blanchard will pitch hit here. So the call, in fact, at third base was safe. I saw an immediate reaction from Jason Becker, and so I thought that it may have been an out call right away, just judging by the reaction of both the runner and the third base coach and head coach Jason Becker, as the first pitch high for ball 1 to Sean Blanchard. So Blanchard pinch hitting for Salm, who grounded out the third his first time up. 1 ball, no strikes to Blanchard. And the pitch. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Blanchard this year, 347 on the year. No home runs, 14 runs batted in. 26 hits and 75 at bats. Taking here, and it's a strike on the inner half. So 2-1 to Blanchard. So the first real threat of the game, although Roosevelt did have a runner in scoring position back in the second. But now they have runners at first and third here. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball to the left side. Carrero gloves it short to second for 1. Relay in time, and that will end the threat on a nicely turned 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So Olszewski forced at second. Blanchard out at first. And in the inning, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. Halfway home in game number 1 of our CCAC tournament. Your score: St. Francis 3, Roosevelt nothing on the lake. This is CCAC tournament baseball. Back in downtown Joliet, Illinois. Glad you've joined us on this Thursday morning, day one of the 2022 CCAC baseball tournament. And St. Francis 3-0. They were able to preserve the shutout in the last half inning, getting that nicely turned 6-4-3 double play. And so now Jonathan Wolf will start it off here for St. Francis, as the Saints leading at 3-zip, swinging a fly ball. Right center field, long run for both right and center fielders, and that will make its way all the way to the fence in the gap in right center field. That'll be a two-base hit here. So another extra base hit. I believe that'll be the third of the game, if my memory serves correctly. And either way, Jonathan Wolf aboard at second base on a leadoff double here for St. Francis to start off their half of the fifth inning. New baseball thrown out to Noah Mathias. And here's Jake Vera. And right now, the way the offense is going for Roosevelt, Mathias, really kind of important here for him to keep the ball game where it is right now, as he's run into some difficulty here to start off the fifth inning. Jake Vera 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts in the game. First pitch here, squaring the bunt, and the bat pulled back, and the pitch is going to be a called strike on the outer half, 0-1. So St. Francis right off the bat here in the bottom of the fifth inning, able to get a runner in scoring position. No balls, one strike. And the pitch. Curve, bunted out, about halfway to the mound, picked up by Mathias. Whirls, throws to first base, and he had to throw a fastball there. But they get the runner at first base, and I believe that was a 1-4 putout. Jonathan Wolf going to third base, as Vera credited with a sacrifice. And now Noah Carrero. Really a great opportunity for him to expand the lead for St. Francis. Carrero 0 for 2 in the game. He's fly to right and struck out here this morning. Noah Mathias coming set now, and the first pitch. And that'll be a curve, over but low, 1-0 for Carrero. Eric Maffey next, and then Jake Lasota if we continue on that far in the bottom of the fifth inning. 3-0 in favor of St. Francis. There's a curve, in for a called strike, 1-1. Saints scoring 2 in the second, 1 more in the third, and they are threatening here in the fifth with a runner at third base. Here's the set now, and the pitch. Swung on at a heater, and that's fouled away to the right out of play. So a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the set now by the left-hander Mathias. And the pitch. Bouncer, and by a drawn-in infield into the right field for a base hit. Jonathan Wolf comes in to score from third base, and it's a 4-0 St. Francis lead. Well, great job by the Saints there, able to manufacture the run after getting the leadoff double. They sacrificed the runner at second, Wolf to third, and then the base hit by Carrero, as Carrero his first RBI of the game. Eric Maffey now to the plate, as it is a 4-0 St. Francis lead. First pitch here, curve, hit well, sharply hit one hopper to shortstop, to second for one, relay in plenty of time for an inning-ending double play, and that'll close out the frame. But St. Francis able to add to their lead here in the bottom of the fifth inning. They pick up a run as they cash in the leadoff double. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And after 5 complete, it is St. Francis 4, Roosevelt nothing. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. On we go here to the top of the 6th inning, and so far Nick Villasenor has been able to keep the Roosevelt offense off the board here as he has tossed a shutout through the first 5 innings of the ball game. And Danny Holloway lead it off now for Roosevelt.
Number 5, Danny Holloway.
It'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters coming up here in the 6th inning for the Lakers. As Villasenor into the line of the first pitch, a fastball up and away, 1-0. Holloway 0 for 1, flying out to right field his first time up back in the 3rd inning. There's a fastball missing off the outside edge, 2-0 here for Holloway. He'll be followed by JoJo Mack and then Daniel Gutierrez for Roosevelt. Winner of this game advances to the winner's bracket semifinals. There's a fastball missing outside. Winner of this game will next play tomorrow night at 7 against the winner of the game tonight between Olivet Nazarene and Indiana South Bend as the count runs down to 3-1. Here's the pitch from Villasenor. Curve, and that'll be just a little bit high. It looked like ball 4. I thought that would be called a strike, but that didn't happen. So Danny Holloway, a leadoff walk here for Roosevelt now.
Number 2, JoJo Mack.
And that'll bring to the plate JoJo Mack. Mack 0 for 2 in the game this morning, has a strikeout and a flyout to right field. First pitch to him. Goes after it, skies it into the air behind home plate and on a play. So he's behind at 0-1. Mack striking out to begin the game in the 1st inning. And then he flied out to Tumulty in right field back in inning number 3. We play in the top of the 6th inning, 4-0. St. Francis has the lead. Loser of this game plays tomorrow in an elimination game at 1 o'clock. There's a ball low and inside. 1-1. That'll be against the loser of game number 4 tonight between Olivet Nazarene and Indiana South Bend. There's a fastball, strike on the outer half. Up in the zone, but a strike nonetheless. And makes it a ball and 2 strikes to JoJo Mack. Mack, right-handed batter, awaits. And the 1-2. Kind of a jam shot, bounced foul to the left side. And it stays a 2-strike situation here. That ball actually not popped, but it was topped by Mack. It looked like he got the top of the ball there and just kind of bounced it here to the third base side on deck circle. Here comes the set now by Villasenor on the pitch. Swinging a sharp grounder. It hits the right side of the mound, goes directly to second base, bobbled there, and then they try to get at least the force play at second, and everybody will be safe. McGuire at second had to adjust. That ball rocketed off the right side incline of the pitcher's mound. It was knocked down by McGuire, tried to backhand to second, but everybody's safe. Holloway to second, Mack aboard at first.
Shortstop, number 8, Daniel Gutierrez.
And Daniel Gutierrez now to the plate as an error has been charged on that play, an E4. First error of the tournament. Here's Gutierrez now. Swinging a bouncer towards short. Carrero circles, gloves, tries to go to third base to get the lead runner, and they get him. Oh, nice play there by Carrero. That really was his only chance, as the momentum of him getting to the ball there was taking him toward third base. It was a close play, but he gets the runner. So Holloway forced out at third base for the first out of the inning. Mack to second. Gutierrez aboard on the fielder's choice. 6-5 on the putout. That'll bring to the plate Hunter Darst. So runners at first and second with 1 away in the inning. First pitch to Darst. Started to swing and decided not to pull the trigger, and the pitch was in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Darst, a pair of groundouts to Carrero at short here in this game. This has been an interesting inning. No balls and a strike in the pitch. Darst golf swings it out to left field, and it'll be one hopping in for a base hit in left field, and everybody advances one base. Well, I hesitated on that call as Darst is aboard with a base hit. Mack to third, Gutierrez to second. Here's Trevor Heinlein. I hesitated on that call because, to my surprise there, it looked like Vera in left field was going to try to get the runner at third base on what would be a very, very, very rare 7-5 force play, but that didn't happen, and everybody's safe and the bases are loaded for Heinlein. Heinlein 0 for 2, a ground out to third and a ground out to short. So the bases loaded here, and really the most substantial threat of the game so far for Roosevelt. Bases loaded, one away. Lakers trailing the Saints 4-0 in the game. First pitch here, fastball high, and it's 1-0. Jalen Hurd next, then Nick McAllister if we get that far. Game 1 of the CCAC Baseball Championship Tournament. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, popped up outside of first and into the seats right side, out of play. 1-1 the count. Looks like there's action right now in the Roosevelt bullpen. As there's a swing, as I was trying to catch the pitcher in the bullpen. Ball hit to the right side of the right field. Here's the play at the plate. Head first slide. Sweep tag applied. And the call is out of the plate. And that will end the inning. So St. Francis able to get out of that jam unscathed as the Lakers not able to take advantage. Now Jason Becker will have a word with the home plate umpire here as the inning comes to an end. So Roosevelt threatening, but they do not score. So no runs in the inning for Roosevelt. And we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. It remains St. Francis 4, Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We come back here to Joliet, Illinois as we head now to the bottom half of inning number 6, and St. Francis getting some great defense there on a ball that was lined to right field there by Trevor Heinlein. The ball was caught by Tumulty in right, and then the throw to the plate for a 9-2 putout. As that inning comes to an end, and the threat by Roosevelt was silenced, and now we come to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Jake Lesota lead it off here for St. Francis, and the first pitch missing outside, 1-0. Yeah, I was mentioning that there was a pitcher warming up in the Roosevelt bullpen and had the binoculars on him, trying to see who it was, as there's a ball outside, 2 balls and no strikes the count. And for the record, continuing to warm in the bullpen is Brian Green for Roosevelt, as Lesota takes here outside. 3-0 to Jake Lesota. So anyway, the angle here, not to get too involved in the explanation, but the angle here, I wasn't able to see the number on the jersey, was peering through the binoculars, heard the ball hit, and then saw the play at the plate, and it wound up to be a 9-2 putout. There's a strike called. 3-1 now to Lesota. Lesota 1 for 2, has a ground out and a single in the game today. That's 3 double plays now combined in the game. Pop foul right side, and that'll be out of play. Had a couple of nicely turned 6-4-3 double plays, and then the 9-2 twin killing to end the last half inning. Well, you know, the one thing about trying to call that play as well is that ball got out to right field in a real quick hurry. And the next thing I knew, there was the play at the plate, and it was a great tag applied there at home plate as Lesota taking outside. for a leadoff walk. Lesota able to make that great tag to complete the double play at the end of the last half inning, and now Lesota will, for the second time in the game, be lifted for a pinch runner. So again, it'll be Scott Tumulty to pinch run here. For Lesota.
Center fielder, number 20, Luke Ketchum.
So now here's Luke Ketchum to the plate. Ketchum has a walk and a ground out to shortstop in the ball game. Here's the set and the first pitch. Curve in for a called strike. Ketchum squared the bat to bunt, pulled the bat back, but the pitch was in the zone anyway, so he's behind at 0-1. John McGuire next, and then John Peterson. Bottom of the sixth inning, 4-0, St. Francis with the lead. Here's the set and the pitch. Swung on and hit high into the air. Left center field and back on the edge of the track. JoJo Mack able to make the catch. Runner from first tagging. Tumulty with a head first slide into second base. He's in there safely. So, Tumulty in at second base. And here's John McGuire. That's Olszewski, by the way, making the catch in left field. As McGuire now to the plate here in a meeting on the mound for Roosevelt. So meeting on the mound here for the Lakers. JoJo Mack often plays left field for Roosevelt. He's the DH in the game today. And Olszewski, who often plays in center field for the Lakers, getting the start in left field this morning as the meeting continues here for the Roosevelt Lakers. So runner at second. And one away in the inning here for St. Francis. Home plate umpire heading out to the mound now. St. Francis, 4 runs, 6 hits, and an error. Roosevelt, no runs, 4 hits, and no errors in the ball game. Meeting on the mound breaks up. And now we're ready to resume. So here's John McGuire, has an RBI triple and a fly out to left field. Tumulty takes his lead at second base. Here's the set now. And the pitch. That's a curve, over but low, 1-0 for McGuire. McGuire, right-handed batter, quickly back into the batter's box. Well, St. Francis has taken advantage of, for the most part, their opportunities afforded to them in this game. Next pitch down and in. 2-0 to McGuire. Really, that's the name of the game in any sport. When you get an opportunity, you take advantage of it. Roosevelt has had their opportunities, and they have not been able to cash in this game. Here's the pitch, and that'll be over but low. 3-0 now to John McGuire. And you wonder how long now Noah Mathias is going to stay in this game, as now they will give McGuire first base on what officially will be scored now an intentional walk. Runners now at first and second. That'll bring to the plate John Peterson. And right now, Roosevelt in this opening game of the tournament is in a situation where they can now not afford to fall behind any further. They're down 4 right now. And they squandered a golden opportunity back in the top of the 6th inning. Peterson, a fielder's choice and a strikeout in the ball game. And the first pitch. There's a bunt that's rocketed third base side foul, and it's 0-1. That ball had a lot of velocity coming off the bat. 0-1 to Peterson. Sam Tumulty would be next and will bat barring a double play, and we noted a few minutes ago we've seen 3 of those here so far this morning. Here's the 0-1. Grounded toward Gutierrez at short. To second for 1. Relay in time and another 6-4-3 twin killing to end the inning. With some great defense in this game here this morning. As in the inning, St. Francis threatens, but they do not score. No runs in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. And after 6, it is St. Francis 4, Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Leading off the 7th inning for Roosevelt.
We head to the late frames of this first game of the 2022 CCAC Baseball Tournament. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, St. Francis leading at 4-0. And Jalen Hurd will lead it off here now for the Lakers. Hurd, McAllister, and Olszewski do up here for Roosevelt. As here's the wind of the first pitch from Nick Villasenor, and it'll be a curve missing a little bit low. Might have been a tad outside. 1-0 for Hurd. Hurd 0 for 2 in the game. He's flied to center and popped out to short right field this morning. Here's the 1-0. Fouled off of the right leg there of Jalen Hurd. Walk it off here a little bit, will Jalen, but he'll most certainly stay in the game. Nothing too serious there. A ball on a strike to the Roosevelt first baseman. Villasenor gets the sign in the pitch. Fastball high and away, 2-1 now. Villasenor into the wide and the delivery. Swinging a ball lifted in the air. Medium deep right field, moving in and then hopping back there. Tumulty in right field, able to kind of hop into the air and make the catch for the out.
Center fielder number 3, Nick McAllister.
So Hurd is retired to start off the Roosevelt 7th inning, and now that'll bring to the plate Nick McAllister. McAllister 2 for 2 in the game this morning, a pair of singles. Reached on a bunt single in the 2nd inning, reached on an infield single his last time up. Takes a curve in for a called strike. He's behind at 0-1. On both occasions, as there's a ball a little bit low, 1-1. McAllister was able to advance. He advanced to second on a balk back in the 2nd inning, was stranded there. Was able to get as far as third last time around. Hits this one well to left field, but playable. Moving over to his left back, pedaling about 3 steps. The catch made by Vera in left for out number 2. 2 away in the inning, and now Andrew Olszewski to the plate.
Number 7, Andrew Olszewski.
Olszewski, 1 for 2, a fly out and then a single. Olszewski singled back in the Roosevelt 5th inning, was erased on an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. First pitch here, a fastball, strike on the outer half, and Olszewski quickly, he's behind at 0-1. Villasenor into the wind of the pitch, down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike to Olszewski. Game number 2. And really, we have to give you the warning, weather permitting, almost for the next 2 days. Game number 2. Coming your way at 1 p.m. today. There's a sweeping curve missing outside, 2-1. It'll be number 3, St. Xavier, against number 6, Judson. Then St. Ambrose and Calumet St. Joseph at 4. And there's a ball. Let's see, is that going to be called a foul ball? Little chopper out in front of the plate, and it was ruled foul. Again, St. Ambrose and Calumet St. Joseph at 4 o'clock. And then Olivet Nazarene and Indiana South Bend at 7. And one of the main storylines of this tournament is whether Olivet Nazarene, 34-15 coming into the year, nearly they were able to win their final 27 games of the season. They are by far and away the favorite. They're looking for the tournament three-peat, as now time called. Olivet won in dramatic fashion last year. They were down to their final strike in the first final round game. There's a swing and a ball pulled foul up the third base side. The way the tournament is set up, it is double elimination, so when you get to the final round, if you're the winner's bracket champion, if you will, you only have to win once. The other team has to win twice. St. Xavier was one strike away from winning what would have been game one of that, of what would have turned out to be a two-game championship series. There's a swing and a miss, strike three to end the inning. Olivet came back, ultimately won that game in the CCAC title last year. In the inning here in game number one on this Thursday morning, though, for the Roosevelt Lakers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Stretch time in Joliet. We go bottom 7 your score. St. Francis 4, Roosevelt nothing. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Back in Joliet, Illinois, as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Brian Green is now on the pitch here for the Roosevelt Lakers. And the first batter he will be facing in the bottom of the 7th inning will be the right fielder Sam Tumulty here for St. Francis. So Noah Mathias's day is done here. 6 innings pitched. He threw 108 pitches. Gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, all of which were earned. As there's a swing and a high pop-up. Back of home plate, Hunter Darst off with the mask, heading toward the back wall there. And did he hold on? He quickly spun, and his back was turned to us, so I wasn't sure he was able to hold on to the ball, but he did make the play for the out.
Third baseman, number 0, Jonathan Wolf.
And now that'll bring up Jonathan Wolf. Yeah, Darst quickly spun right as the ball was kind of falling into his mitt there, and I wasn't sure right away whether he made the catch. Here's Wolf, 1 for 2, halfway to his cycle, a single and a double, has an RBI and a run scored in the ball game this morning. Just wrapping up the pitching line on Noah Mathias. 4 walks and 4 strikeouts in the game. There's a breaking ball in for a called strike to Wolf. He's behind now at 0-1. Brian Green, 1-0 this year with a 3.50 ERA. Had 4 starts this season and had 1 save. 36 innings pitched coming into the tournament. There's a curve up high, 1-1 now. Green allowing 48 hits, 28 runs, 14 earned, 14 strikeouts, 14 walks and 19 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .320 against him. Next pitch from the right-hander, and that'll be up high. And I've got the count in my book as 2-1, and it is 2-1 on the scoreboard. Green, right-hander, is a junior from Oak Lawn, Illinois. Next pitch swung on, and in the air, Olszewski back into his left toward the track, and leaps at the fence, and that ball is gone. Second home run of the game for the Fighting Saints, and they take a 5-0 lead. Olszewski, a good effort there in left field, went to the track. I thought he had a play on it, but he made the leap and not able to make the grab. And now with a one-out, a home run here, second home run of the game, both solo shots for St. Francis. Back to the top of the order now, Jake Vera will stand in. Vera sacrificed his last time up. He's 0 for 2 in addition to the sacrifice bunt. First pitch here, swing and a miss. Good high heater there from Green. And so Vera behind at 0-1. So 5-0, St. Francis the lead. Green into the wind and the 0-1. Fouled back to the screen, and that'll run the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Noah Carrero next, and then Eric Maffey if we get that far. Bottom of the 7th inning. 7 hits now in the game for USF. Here's the next pitch. And this ball hit to the right side, and that will be in for a base hit. So Vera aboard with his first hit of the game. That makes him 1 for 3 this morning, and that will bring to the plate Noah Carrero. Carrero, likewise, is now 1 for 3 this morning. Has a fly out, a strikeout, and also an RBI single. That RBI single coming back in the 5th inning. And the first pitch here looked like it came in a little bit low. Hunter-Darst ball got away from him, but he was able to keep it nearby. So Vera has to stay put at first base. 1-0 to Carrero. Brian Green leans in. And gets the sign and the pitch. And that'll be a fastball a little bit low. 2-0 for Carrero. Looks down at third base. Gets the signs. To be honest, didn't look like there was much going on sign-wise there in the third base coach's box. Is Carrero back into the batter's box? Here's the set. Next pitch. And that'll be in there for a strike. Carrero there started to swing, held up, but the ball was in the zone anyway. So 2-1 now. Green takes a quick look over his shoulder at first base. Now he comes set in the pitch. Runner at first going. As the pitch was a called strike, throw to second base. And the tag applied, but that ball got away there, as a matter of fact, from Gutierrez at second base as Jake Vera sliding in with a stolen base here. And St. Francis with yet another runner in scoring position. The count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Noah Carrero. So St. Francis not letting up here. They lead by 5, but not settling for that. Trying to keep the pressure on here. Now time called as Carrero steps out of the batter's box. Brian Green comes set now after getting the sign from Hunter-Darst in the pitch. Breaking ball upstairs. So now 3-2 the count. Three balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff. Popped up right side, foul territory. Jalen Hurd running out of room as the ball lands on the berm down the right side. And so it will remain a 3-2 count. That ball hit high into the air. And as we said, Jalen Hurd going after it, just running out of room. Action continuing in the Roosevelt bullpen. The St. Francis bullpen is quiet as Nick Villasenor on the mound today for the Saints has been outstanding in this game. Here comes another 3-2. Hit well to short. Gutierrez, gloves, throws to first base, and they'll get the out at first. Is on the play. Jake Vera going to third.
First baseman,
2 down in the inning.
Eric Maffey.
And here's Eric Maffey. Maffey 1 for 3, but one of the big hits in the game for St. Francis. After 2 were retired in the 3rd inning, he hit the solo home run and gave St. Francis their first run of the ball game. And they have steadily been able to add to their lead since then. First pitch here, low and outside. Good block behind the plate there by Darst. 1-0 to Maffey. Jake Vera at third base takes a short lead. Here's the set now. And the pitch. Swung on, hit sharply to third base, and it'll be in the left field for a base hit to add to St. Francis's lead. Vera coming in to score. That ball was hit sharply to the left side and into left field for the single.
Catcher number 14, Jake Lasota.
Eric Maffey now with 2 RBIs in the ball game. That'll bring to the plate Jake Lasota. So Lasota stands in. It's now a 6-0 St. Francis lead. Lasota walked his last time up, taking the first pitch here down and away 1-0. Lasota has a walk, a single, and a ground out in the game this morning. 6-0 lead now for St. Francis. 6 defensive outs away from a convincing Game 1 victory. Throw to first and the runner back in. Roosevelt, as a team, their pitching staff this year, a combined 5.85 earned run average. Throw to first base and the runner again back in. Want to know the count to Jake Lasota. Here's the set by Brian Green and the pitch. In the dirt, and it kicks away a little bit from Hunter Darsh, but he recovers as Maffey stays at first base. 2-0 the count now to Lasota. Righty versus righty as Green looks in for the sign. Here's the set. And the pitch in for a called strike. Good movement on that pitch by Brian Green. Caught the outer half of the zone. So now 2-1 the count. Pace of the game slowing a bit here. And now time called. It's been a pretty well-paced game thus far here. Game 1 of a potential 14. I said 15 earlier on. A potential 14 games. Here's the set now. Throw to first and the runner back. Brian Green back on the pitcher's rubber now. Here's the set by Green. And the right-hander kicks and fires. Runner going, swing and a miss on the pitch. The ball, as the ball was thrown back towards second base by Darsh, nearly hit the pitcher there. And let's see what the call is here, as this inning apparently has come to an end. So, St. Francis able to add to their lead. We'll check the scoring during the half inning to tell you what transpired there to end the inning either way. Lasota the final at bat there, and again in the inning for St. Francis, they pick up 2 runs in the frame. 2 runs on 3 hits. As we played through 7-year score, St. Francis 6, Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, we move to the top of the 8th inning as the last play was scored batter's interference on Lasota. So that is scored a 2 unassisted putout. And so St. Francis leaving a runner aboard there in the 7th inning as they do pick up a pair of runs. We go to the top of the 8th inning now, and Roosevelt trailing it by a score of 6-0. Nick Villasenor going to work here, and the first pitch is in for a called strike. 0-1 the count now as we start this top half of the 8th inning. Villasenor, the right-hander, into the line of the pitch. Swinging a foul tip at home plate. That might have caught the home plate umpire there a little bit. As Jonathan Salm is batting here for the Lakers of Roosevelt. Catcher heading out to the pitcher a little bit to give the home plate umpire a little bit of time to recover. As we play here in the top half of inning number 8. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for St. Francis. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors for Roosevelt. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. A pitch well out of the zone there. Salm chasing after that one and coming up empty. And a strikeout for Salm, and there's one away in the Roosevelt 8th inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Danny Holloway.
Second baseman, number 5.
Holloway has a flyout and then a walk in the game this morning. Almost to the noon hour here. First pitch, and that'll be skied into short right center field. Coming on, Tumulty, the right fielder, able to make the play. Got a good jump there. So 2 away in the inning. 2 down, back to the top of the order, and JoJo Mack here for the Lakers.
Designated hitter number 2, JoJo Mack.
Well, Sam Tumulty this game has been able to cover a lot of ground there in right field. Has several putouts in the game as there's a curveball low, 1-0 to JoJo Mack. Check the fielding stats here real quick. As there's a bouncer that had a ton of spin on it, and it hit in front into the left of the mound and then spun wildly almost out to the mound, but it was ruled a foul ball. Tumulty in right field has 6 putouts in the game today. That is equal to Maffey at first base with 6 putouts, which you'd expect. There's a ball outside, 2-1. When you're at first base, you're pretty much going to lead the team in putouts. Next pitch here. Hit into the air, and again to right field. Tumulty underneath it, 2-handed catch, and that's the end of the inning. So a 1-2-3 frame here for St. Francis in the Roosevelt 8th inning. As in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. St. Francis in control. They lead 6-0. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We welcome you back to Joliet, Illinois on this overcast Thursday morning, now almost Thursday afternoon. And we are glad you've been able to join us here for Game 1 of the 2022 CCAC Baseball Championship Tournament.
Now batting for the Saints center fielder, number 20, Luke Ketchum.
And it'll be Luke Ketchum now to start it off here for St. Francis in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Saints with right now a very comfortable 6-0 lead. Brian Green on the mound here for Roosevelt. First pitch, wave and a miss. 0-1 to Ketchum. And now actually T.J. Murray being shown as having come into the game now for St. Francis. There's a ball outside. 1-1 to Ketchum. Yep, T.J. Murray on the mound now here for the Roosevelt Lakers. Murray, a 1-8 record this year with a 7.00 ERA, swinging a high fly ball. That ball has some carry to it, back deep in left center field, but playable, and the catch made by Nick McAllister in center for the first out of the inning. So Ketchum gives the ball a long ride there, but it's a long out. Now here's John McGuire. Well, you win that first game of the tournament, and it makes things so much easier as far as your path to the final round and maybe ultimately to the championship goes. As there's a breaking ball low and away, 1-0 to McGuire, who squared the bat, then pulled it back so he did not bunt the ball, and he took the pitch for ball one. McGuire, a triple, a fly out, and also an intentional walk in the game. Murray into the wide and the 1-0. And that'll be over but low, 2 balls and no strikes. T.J. Murray, the senior, 5 foot 185 from right here in Joliet, Illinois. Here's the 2-0 from the righty. Line drive, base hit to left field. Solidly struck there by McGuire for his second hit of the ball game. And St. Francis with a 1-out base runner.
Designated hitter number 8, John Peterson.
And as I notice here, looking through the window to my right, my window is open. Looking to the window to my right, I do see some raindrops have fallen onto the glass. You might be able to see them if you're tuned closely to our video stream. John Peterson now batting here for St. Francis. Peterson, a fielder's choice, a strikeout and a double play. Hit into a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play back in the 6th inning. First pitch here, in for a called strike, 0-1. And as I hold my hand out of the window, I do feel the rain falling. Very light, though, as Peterson taking inside here. 1-1 to John Peterson. Six-0 ball game, bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the set by Murray. And a pitch, good pitch there, curveball. Swung on and a foul tip there by Peterson. 1-2 the count. So the pitching line, by the way, on Brian Green, the second pitcher of the game for the Lakers, 1 inning, through 21 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Did not walk a batter, nor did he strike out a batter. Facing 6 men. High pop-up right side. Foul territory. Jalen Hurd near the bag at first, able to make the play for the out. So 2 away in the inning now. And that'll bring to the plate the very busy St. Francis right fielder, Sam Tumulty, who now, I believe, if memory serves, has 7 putouts in right field this morning.
Right fielder number 40, Sam Tumulty.
Tumulty, he fouled out to the catcher Hunter Darst his last time up. First pitch here. Curve in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Jonathan Wolf would be next. 2 out, bottom of the 8th inning. Runner at first, 6-0, St. Francis with a lead. Next pitch coming in from T.J. Murray. Taken low and away. Good stop behind the plate by Darst. As the count goes to a ball and a strike. So a cloudy, overcast, and now rainy Thursday morning. As we are 5 minutes away from the noon hour. Here's the 1-1. And that'll be topped foul. Just nearly going over the bag at third. I called it foul right away and got a little bit lucky there. I called that a little bit too early, but the call was in fact foul. A ball and 2 strikes here to Sam Tumulty. Yeah, I saw that ball go over the bag at third and thought to myself, wait a minute. But it was foul. Sometimes you can get lucky doing this line of work. Here's the next pitch, fastball low. 2-2 the count. Game 2 coming up today. Judson against St. Xavier, scheduled 1 p.m. first pitch here in Joliet at the newly renamed Dooley Health and Care Field. Murray turns, throws to first base, runner back in safely. Sam Tumulty back into the batter's box. Long pause by Murray. Throw to first base and the runner back in standing up. All right, Murray now back on the pitching rubber. And now he comes to the plate. Curve down and away, and again a good stop there by Hunter Darst. So now it's a 3-2 count to Sam Tumulty. Tumulty stands set back in the box. Runner going, and there's a topper foul up the third base line. Just wide of third, and so it stays 3-2. Tumulty back into the batter's box. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here, but right now not a lot of drama to this game. As St. Francis has a 6-0 lead. Throw to first base, and again the runner diving back in, and they get him on a pickoff play at first base to end the inning. So McGuire picked off on a 1-3 putout, and that will end the inning. And so, in effect, the minimum number of batters comes to the plate. Again, in effect, actually 4 batters were able to make plate appearances. Anyway, that's a moot point, or at least a minor point. In the inning, no runs on a hit, no errors, and as it turns out, nobody left on base. We go to the top of the 9th inning. It is St. Francis 6, Roosevelt nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, welcome back here as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Last chance here for Roosevelt in this opening game of the 2022 CCAC Baseball Tournament Championship, as it'll be Gutierrez, Hunter Darst, and Trevor Heinlein due up here for Roosevelt.
Leading off the 9th inning for Roosevelt, the shortstop, number 8, Daniel Gutierrez.
And if they cannot make the comeback, Roosevelt will head to the bottom part of the tournament bracket here and face an elimination game tomorrow. There's a first pitch swing and a fly ball deep to left field, drifting back toward the track, reaching up, and the catch, I believe, made there in left field toward the corner. Yes, it was for the out. Great play there by Jake Vera, back into his right, reaching up and making the running grab just on the edge of the warning track. So 1 away here in the Roosevelt 7th inning. We've seen some really, really good defense here in this game today. That'll bring to the plate Hunter Darst. Darst is 1 for 3, singled his last time up. Also has grounded out twice to shortstop. First pitch, a breaking ball in for a called strike, 0-1. Next pitch hit sharply. Two hopper to short. Glove there by Carrero. Throw to first and quickly 2 down in the Roosevelt ninth inning. 2 away in the inning. And Trevor Heinlein now, the last hope here for the Roosevelt Lakers. As right now we are just about at the 2-hour mark of this ball game. Heinlein is 0 for 3. Hit into that 9-2 double play that really spoiled the best chance to score for the Lakers in this game. There's a ball high, 1-0 to Heinlein. Heinlein also has a pair of groundouts in the game today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A lot of movement on that pitch, and it's fouled off to the right out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Nick Villasenor through 8 2/3 innings, 85 pitches, scattering 4 hits, got out of a couple of jams. Here's a ground ball hugging the third base line, gloved at third base, long throw, and Eric Maffey, the throw pulling him off the bag, but he came down in time to step on the base to end the inning and end the ball game. So in the inning for Roosevelt, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Final totals here as St. Francis a convincing Game 1 victory here to start out the 22 CCAC baseball tournament for the Saints. 6 runs, no hits, 1 error. And they left 3 on base for the Roosevelt Lakers. No runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 4 left on base. Nick Villasenor, just a fantastic 4-pitch shutout victory, going the distance, getting the complete game. And so St. Francis wins our first game of the tournament as the number 4 seed defeating the number 5 seed Roosevelt 6-0. So St. Francis moves on and plays Olivet Nazarene tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And Roosevelt now will play at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon in a winner-go-home elimination game against the loser of tonight's 4th game against Olivet Nazarene. Between Olivet Nazarene and Indiana South Bend, and St. Francis will, by the way, play the winner of that game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Our great thanks to the St. Francis stat crew here for their help during the ball game. Our great thanks to you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And again, we are back with you next, weather permitting, at 1 p.m. this afternoon. It'll be game number 2 between the number 3 St. Xavier Cougars and the number 6 Judson University Eagles. Hope you'll join us for that. In the meantime, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Hope you'll join us throughout the rest of the tournament. Either way, until we speak to you again, this is Tom Westenfeld. Thank you for tuning in. And for now, from Joliet, Illinois, we wish you all a very pleasant good afternoon.